Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining our WNCT Now late afternoon news update. I'm Kelsey O'Donnell here inside the digital studio with some of today's top news headlines. Now, we're monitoring a developing story this afternoon out of New Zealand. 3 massive earthquakes have struck the country, sparking multiple tsunami warnings. The first earthquake, pictured up here on the map, was a magnitude of 7.3, which struck at 1:27 p.m. New Zealand time, just 94 miles off the Bay of Plenty. Now, the second, a slightly more powerful quake, struck at 5:41 p.m. with a 7.4 magnitude near the islands off the mainland of New Zealand. A third aftershock, just within the past hour, shook at a magnitude of 8.1. In response to the earthquakes, New Zealand's National Emergency Management Agency issued multiple tsunami warnings. Evacuation orders are in place for some parts of the country. However, there are no injuries reported at this time. Now, this is a developing story, and we will continue to update you on air and online as we learn more details. In other news, we're 1 year into the pandemic here in North Carolina. It was a year ago this month when officials reported the state's first confirmed coronavirus case. During the past year, North Carolina has seen 863,000 cases and 11,000 deaths. But 12 months in, people say they see the light at the end of the tunnel. Many people have lived through dark times in the past year, but some are trying to make things brighter by focusing on the good. Part of that good news, many North Carolina long-term care facilities are scheduled to resume indoor visitation while continuing to follow infection prevention. Case rates are down significantly in nursing home, adult care homes, and other licensed facilities since the peak transmission in January. The state says the decline in cases can be attributed to early vaccination for residents and staff and decreasing community transmission. Harris Teeter is offering limited quantities of the COVID-19 vaccine at select locations across North Carolina. Stores in Charlotte, Goldsboro, Hampstead, and Rocky Mount previously made appointments available for a select group of individuals to get vaccinated this month. Those who may be eligible include healthcare workers, adults 65 years of age or older, residents and staff in long-term care facilities, child care and school staff, as well as frontline essential workers. For more information on how you can schedule an appointment, visit our website at WNCT.com. Turning now to sports, the month of March is underway, which means the NCAA tournament is just around the corner. Reporter Darius Johnson joins us from Indianapolis with how local businesses are preparing for March Madness.
Yeah, we're about 2 weeks away from the start of the big tournament, which will end here at Lucas Oil Stadium. In the meantime, bars and restaurants are planning to bring back employees and making plans to host one of the biggest events since the Super Bowl. And those who I spoke to say it's all about creating a welcoming environment while also staying safe. Come out wherever you are. That's the message from downtown businesses as we approach March Madness in the Circle City.
We're super excited about what's about to happen.
It means absolutely everything to us to have the March Madness tournament here.
With loosened restrictions in Marion County, these places are doing everything they can to capitalize from this big event after being derailed by COVID.
The challenges have been that, we didn't have the kind of sales that we thought we would have, and making sure that we take care of our staff, make sure we take care of our guests, and follow the guidelines.
Mark Summerfield at the District TEP says they want to do everything possible to go full steam ahead. They're hosting a few events and utilizing their outdoor seating.
Make sure that the staff knows that all of a sudden we're going to do double amount of sales that we have had doing in the past, and we're just very excited about that.
And so is Rob Strong over at Stadium Tavern, just about 500 feet from Lucas Oil Stadium. He plans to add seating in the parking lot and host an event with Coors Light.
We have ordered more food. I've actually been trying to get this certain sausage into town and finally got 50 pounds of it delivered last week, so it's good. We're starting to order up more beer, more alcohol behind the bar, more liquor.
Both of these establishments are bringing in additional employees.
We're really, really excited about having people back in and being able to get our employees back working.
The city of Indianapolis is also eager to show all of its glory to visitors.
We're going to add a little luster and a little shine to it, and we're ready to present downtown the way that it's deserved to be presented.
Now, I also reached out to the Marion County Health Department to learn what their guidance is to bars and restaurants before the big tournament. They say that they are continuously educating these establishments while also providing them with resources. Reporting in downtown Indianapolis, I'm Darius Johnson.
Thank you, Darius. Still ahead, we're monitoring a developing story this afternoon out of Jacksonville, plus how a flea and tick collar could be harming your pet. All the details just after the break.
Severe weather can make life difficult, especially here in the east. Dropping temperatures, school closings, freezing rain, ice and snow.
Gusty winds over 20 miles an hour.
A freezing fog advisory is in effect.
Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson and his team of weather experts keep you ahead of any storm.
And this rain shield continues to pump in.
Storm Team 9, keeping you safe in severe weather. WNCT 9 on your side has a new feature, the WNCT Podcast Network. Stay up to date on the latest political topics by subscribing to What the Politics, and get your latest sports information by listening in to WNCT 9 on your side Sports Talk.
Thanks for sticking with us. If you're just now joining, welcome in. My name is Kelsey O'Donnell, right here in the digital studio with some of today's top news headlines in between our newscast. Now, like we mentioned before the break, we're following a developing story this afternoon out of Jacksonville. Police say a transgender woman found dead in a ditch is being investigated as a homicide. City crews found the body of 34-year-old Jenna Franks near Ellis Boulevard and White Street last Wednesday. Detectives now say they've gotten new information within the past week, leading them to believe someone killed Franks. They did not release that update until they were able to speak with her family. However, officers hope someone has information that could help in their search for her killer. Anyone with a tip can call Jacksonville Police or Crime Stoppers. We have those numbers listed at WNCT.com. In other news, if your dog wears a flea or tick collar, listen up. There's new evidence that shows it could hurt or even potentially kill your pet. Bayer Animal Health developed the Seresto flea and tick collar. Ivanko sells it. Investigators with the Midwest Center for Investigative Reporting are questioning its safety. Over the past decade, pet owners filed more than 75,000 complaints with the EPA, claiming the collars made their pets sick and close to 1,700 animals died. The EPA is standing by this science, however, saying they believe the collar is safe and some animals just might be more sensitive to the pesticides than others. The product will not be pulled from store shelves at this time, at least not right now. That will do it for our WNCT Now late afternoon news update. Be sure to stick around for our newscast coming up this afternoon at 5, and as well as you can catch all of these headlines I spoke about today on our website at WNCT.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.